far as of now, what I have made. So I purchased this umbrella from Walmart. Okay, and I wish it was smaller, really. This is like really large size, you can see. I don't know how much into inches, but that's, you know, quite a large size. So I would recommend to go with like children's size umbrella. That would be much more manageable. That's the thing I found out, but I wanted to have that bluish color, and it didn't have blue per se, so it was turquoise-ish. I said it's okay. So my two goals in here are, I need it to be portable, which means foldable and manageable for storage. I have a small space to store, you know, the house decoration, the house decor, which I wish I did. And second main trouble for me, because I'm gonna be using this decoration outdoor, excuse me, outdoor. I want it to be somewhat waterproof, or at least fast dryable. And well, the third, we are all on the budget. So my first thought was, if I will create the base for the tutu skirt, so I will use this pole for fitting it in one to the legs, which I already did, and I'll show you in a second. My main problem, I could have adhere the tutus right on the umbrella, but then I thought, if I will fold the umbrella, that would be a problem. I would not be able to fold the umbrella. So then I thought, I will create individual platform, like a, you see that section of the umbrella. I will and I will adhere the tutu skirts on individual the tulle on individual platform. But then there was a question how I'm going to be securing those to the umbrella. So that was kind of a solution. I use a regular paper clip, large paper clip, and I'm putting it on here, which is fine. Okay, so but then I decided that probably the connection chain of the sections would be great, and I actually was envisioned first, so I'm gonna have this layer because it's kind of angled, then this triangle, which is much flatter. Maybe I will come up, and I used, as you see, I use the Priority Mail medium box here, and so I use one of those long ones. Excuse me. I'm trying to see, I use that size, but this is like flat rate medium, the longer one, not square. And so far that's what left from 2 boxes, so at least 2 boxes that you need for doing this. So coming back to the sections, now I connected them. You can buy the mesh at the Dollar Tree store, or I had the scraps left from the local party and I kept it, so I'm using that because what the heck, they are used, they already kind of stretched out, and that's the perfect thing to use instead of new mesh. So my idea, so if I will secure all the segments on the umbrella, and then in one place I will just tie them like this, okay? I will feed it through this loop in here, and that will keep it, so, you know, much more stable in case of wind or anything like that, okay? You probably asking, what about waterproof, you know, point of it? I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking maybe I will let it go, or maybe I will gesso it and seal it. You know, that would be another thing, so it will last at least a little bit longer. I'm not sure. So, but I decided that connecting the segments with the mesh would be a better idea, because I can fold it all on itself. Okay, so as far as with the sections in here, now it's easy to store when it's, you know, sections like this. Now I am at the road cross, or cross of the roads. I am undecisive on the subject. I want the skirt to be fluffy and like tutu skirt, but first of all, it's a lot of tulle to fill in because the size of umbrella. Second of all, tutu will be too bulky to store. So my idea, and I don't know if it will work, we'll see at the end, or you already saw it in front or whatever. I took the my trusty Dollar store, Dollar Tree tablecloths, and I cut out these sections of the cloth, okay, and I actually used the first layer in blue and the rest in a white, okay. So I can clearly see how my skirt is coming out. So I did one segment of my shapes, okay, and in this layout, I have 8 sections, so I have this 8, you know, pre-cutted single sheets. For this particular layout, I used 3 white tablecloths and 1 blue. I have a lot of waste. Hold on, let me grab it for you. So with this shape, I have like a lot of waste material. You see a lot of in white, a lot of in blue, and it's not quite match in here. And because I have so much waste, I think I will still use it. So who cares? It's not gonna be, you know, proper shape. So I'm gonna be using those. At the end, I will calculate how much of supplies you need to buy. But as of right now, I used a three white tablecloths, rectangle tablecloths, and one blue. And I played with different materials, glues, different glues. So, and I will show you the disasters. Okay, the hot glue, I don't see it. The hot glue element. First of all, when I'm putting the hot glue on the tablecloth and I suddenly touch the tablecloth, it melts the tablecloth. Second of all, hot glue dries out or freezes out immediately. Then I tried the E6000 because it's outdoor, and it's really, you know, does a good job and everything. But first of all, I'm using a lot, and the nozzle, you can buy the smaller nozzle for your glue tube, or you can buy a smaller one. But the aroma of the E6000, oh my goodness, it's spinning my head. So and then on top of that, it's actually leaves it, it's kind of a little bit texture, it's almost like a hot glue. So I left the idea of using E6000 on that tablecloth. Then I tried to use the score tape, you know, that adhesive tape. Well, it barely holds. If I can pull it, you see it pulls apart. That's number one. Second of all, it's very expensive. And third, it's not gonna sustain the outdoors. So that was not good. And I landed and wound up working with the glossy accents. Okay, those are dry as clear. I can squeeze a skinny line and they hold. So there it is. Those are my test runs. Okay, now on the subject. As of right now, 3 white tablecloths and 1 blue per 8 segments. Do not forget 8 segments. So it's not all in here. Okay, I created that much of spread, okay, of honeycomb piecing, which looks really nice. I love it. But that's not really great coverage of what I'm trying to cover. Let me take you back to our umbrella skirt, and I'll show you why I decided that I need 4 more parts of the material. Alright, so here we are at our umbrella, and I attached my first part of honeycomb skirt to the umbrella using the paper clips in order for me to see how far I spread and how many more layers I would need to add. So I'm trying gently because it's still kind of drying. So what I realized, first of all, well, you see, it doesn't cover much, really. You see, doesn't cover much at all. See, I have, let's say this is a good spread, okay? Let's say this is a good spread. So I have this part, right? 1, 2, 3. So we need at least 3 parts of this. So that's how you figure out how much you need of material, you know, for your size of umbrella. So give it a dry run. And as I said, then smaller radius of umbrella you will choose, then less materials you will be using. The legs, I already made the legs. So what I used for the legs, I bought the striped hoses right there. You can see the long hoses. Then I have the polyfill, and I bought the 18 gauge wire, and it didn't hold, so it's not strong enough. My husband suggests to buy a copper coil. Okay, so and it happened we needed to have 2, so here it is. Okay, let me push that all out of the way. So 2 boxes of 5 feet each, and I picked up the baby shoes at the store, and that's what I have as of right now. Okay, so and the end, I am thinking that I'm gonna decorate in here a little bit more, because it's not going all the way deep in the umbrella. It's going about halfway. To cover that difference between the skirt that's gonna come up and the legs coming down, I need to create layer of tutu on the legs itself, so it will meet with the skirt. So, and I banded both wires. Okay, I bended both wires, and the tails are going inside inside of the legs, so it creates the loop. My thinking, I'm gonna be feeding one of the hoses right on that pole right here, and we're gonna clamp this both legs together with this. Okay, okay, so Alright, so I secured the legs and straightened them out. So here they are. I added this decorative addition to the legs. Oops, that's what's happening. Exactly, it's rolling. So it's just a tulle, couple layers of tulle, couple layers of lace, and they're secured with just regular rubber band. Okay, so so we secured, my husband and I, because it's two people job. Here this wire ties or whatever, the rings that I showed you, so you just fit them on and screw them on so you can take them out later. And we placed one right above, higher at the end of the hoses, and all the way on the bottom on the metal part of umbrella stem, in order not to crash the plastic. Okay, so here it is. It's all straighten the legs, and the umbrella rolls because it has that point, right? So when you are gonna be putting it in the ground outside, you're gonna be using your metal use, and you're gonna poke through the umbrella on this metal rods to secure it on whatever angle you want the legs to stick. You want them to stick on the side, you want them to stick up. So that's how you're going to be positioning your umbrella on the ground. So, and I'll show you when it's going to be secured. So now I will show you what I'm doing with the skirt. Alright, so here they are, my skirt pieces, the honeycomb skirt pieces. They are drying on open, and some of them went unglued because I was using the glossy accents on the plasticky Dollar Tree tablecloth. I will say that, first of all, creating the honeycomb pattern in such a large amount is absolutely crazy time consuming. And after you cut it all out and work it all out, you're using so much of glue that it's really not wise, I would say. I would recommend probably go and get tulle in the store and do the same, adhere the tulle to these pieces and be done with it, because this experience was a disaster. Okay, so here you see all the pieces are in place, and they are secured. Oops. They secured each one with two large paper clips. So what I did, I used the rest of the cardboard and I cut out these shapes. And why I decided to cut this particular shape, because that's what it looks when you put it in here. Can I do put one hand? Okay, let's see if I can show it right here. So the size of the bottom part fits right here, and the top is narrow enough. So this particular cardboard shapes, you see these two pencil marks. This is empty space for me to feed the thread or ribbon, and I applied adhesive on the back here and here. And when I'm gonna be bringing them, fluff them all out, they're gonna look just like that. And I have two ends from that base ribbon in here, and two ends of this thread that comes all the way around. So it's gonna look just like that. So that's the system that I came up with. And keeping in mind that it's on the paper clips, you saw how I can fold it all. So now it's time to put the pegs in and put the umbrella in a place where it's gonna be displayed. Excuse for the noise. We got someone working here. So here it is. I put 3 of these things in the ground, just like that. And of course, on the camera, I cannot do it. Okay, that's okay. So one in here, one in here, and that's it. And now I'm gonna be closing the skirt, and here the legs are sticking out.